So we got into it in the late 2000s, I think, sort of on the back of the mining boom. So we were building mining camps, basically, modular houses for miners to live in Moorumba, so in the Bowen Basin, and then even out in WA in the Pilbara. So I guess that was our entry into modular, and we procured a big site in Yatala. I think it's about 10,000 square meters, where we also had our crane yard. So that was our start into it. And then I guess from there, we did a lot of work with DEET, so the Department of Education in Queensland, where they have certain school rollouts, and often with budgets and timelines, they need them quite quickly. So we were able to respond quite quickly to their needs for classrooms and admin buildings, various school buildings. I guess where it's picked up recently is the post-COVID economy, where there's been, basically when everything was paused, it meant a lot of jobs were paused. Things were then restarted with a lot of fiscal policy, a lot of monetary policy, so bringing interest rates to zero, and schemes like Home Builder Scheme, and basically that just turbocharged the whole construction sector, which is sort of where we've got to now with runaway inflation, or escalation we call it in our industry. And basically what that meant is it's very hard to get trades on site. We've also had a period of really bad weather. So there's been a far bigger shift from mostly government agencies or departments towards needing things quickly. So we're seeing a lot more regional Queensland health work in the modular space, a lot more schools. And I guess probably the biggest change is social housing. So it's probably the biggest story in the country at the moment is the housing shortage. And one way to deal with it is for the government to step in and start to build housing themselves rather than let the private sector deal with it, which I think, the private sector does a good job, but construction prices have gone up, say, 30% in 2 years. And it's meant that I don't think sales revenues have kept up with that, meaning the price that people buy units, I don't think it's kept up. So it's meant that now a lot of residential jobs are struggling to get off the ground. And the only people who can really make a deal stack is, sort of high-end developments or developments with scale, or probably build to rent. Well, I think we're going to see some asset managers come in and build to rent. But probably in the modular space, social housing, I see all this regional land and government stepping in and rolling out big packages of social housing, throughout the country, or throughout the state in particular.